Alright gentlemen, with this one right here, we are about to talk about our heavy bolt rifle, definitive guide 7.0 for the tactical here, and the gun has seen major improvements, throughout the entire game basically, but with the perk rework now, it feels a lot better at range, and that's really what the weapon needed, because at close quarters you can kind of take advantage of your parry scans and make any weapon feel really, really good. So that was a great addition to the weapon, and we're going to talk about just how you're going to want to take advantage of that. We're going to go into our plasma pistol, which we are pairing with this build right here. Very strong against majors, and charges up fast and just feels nice, adds some stagger to it. So very, very strong on the class in general. And then we are going to just talk about our class build, our prestige perks, and all of that stuff. So let's start right here with our class build and what we got going on, and kind of why we're taking what we're taking, and what kind of different variations you can kind of take depending on how you want to play and just what skill level and different things like that. Okay, and we will start right here with our prestige perks. We are going to go with acuity for our extra headshot damage. We are going to go with fortitude for our extra health, resilience, and skilled precision for some more ammo. And then when we move up to our core perks, we are going to go with the extra penetration rounds for our bolt weapons. And then this is one that is kind of a preference thing. You're going to go with heightened vigor if you want the survivability for immunity to knockback, or you can go with versatility if you really don't need the survivability and add that 25% onto your plasma pistol, which is very powerful. But relentless pursuit, I really don't recommend this right now because it is only 5 seconds, and it's kind of overkill because you already have your scan. So the odds are, if you're getting a gun strike, what are you doing to get your gun strike? You're going to parry, and that is going to mark them for 120%. So 50% or 145% is just like overkill. So you don't really need it. If they raise this to 10 seconds, like it is actually on the sniper and his prestige perks, then this will become more viable. But right now I am recommending either versatility or heightened vigor. So this is survivability. That's going to be your damage one. Then we got Emperor's Vengeance is a must take. We have aligned aim, range damage increased by 15% for our squad. Or if you want the survivability, you drop down here and you take transhuman physiology. So this is another one you could switch up, and you're going, it's just depending on what you want, survivability or damage. And then we got target lock here. Enemies marked by the Auspic scan take 75% more equipment damage. I've been taking this a little bit because equipment is being used so much more into the game. But if you don't feel like you're going to use your equipment a lot, or you're not really with teammates using theirs a lot, because that's who I'm really relying on. I got a lot of teammates that are using equipment a lot, it seems like, so that's why I usually take it. But obviously priority targeting, I feel like is one of the top ones in this row right here. Just adding that extra 8 seconds is very, very nice to add all your scans, so that's very strong too. So that's another one. You either take target lock, or I would recommend priority targeting. Then we have, of course, we're going to add our scans on our parries, and we're going to have our 120% extra damage from our parry scans, and then everything that we can lock down in our Auspex zone there. And then we are going to finish things off with radiating impact. So we kind of talked about our variations there. The three that I'm talking about here is, you could take off target lock and you can go with priority targeting instead. If you want more survivability over damage, you go with transhuman over physiology here. And if you want more damage over survivability for this one, you're going to go with versatility. But right here, I find this build to be very strong, and I'm able to keep my health up. I like the knockback resistance from this survivability, but I do feel like I am able to drop off with my contested health one right here personally. So that one is going to be a preference on your part, and we're going to go straight into there to the heavy bolt rifle itself. Kind of take how we're speccing it out and what versions you can go through here. So my two recommended versions are the accuracy version and the version with the scope. So if you're kind of struggling with some ranged and headshots and things like that, kind of try the scope one out. But if not, the accuracy one is very, very good. It's accurate as well, and obviously, and then is it's going to get you a lot of headshots at range. Just on the regular fire there. So we have our headshot damage going 40% higher here, and we're going to have our 40% added on to our base damage when we are over 25 meters away. So that is going to make it very, very strong for the class, because that's what you want. If you're very far at, right when you see anything on the map, you're going to instantly start firing on it. so you can take advantage of all of that range damage at a distance. And then when they start to close on you, that's when you're going to work in your parry scans and take advantage of your 125% damage at close range. So that's how you keep your heavy bolt rifle feeling very, very powerful at close range, is because you can add in your parry scans and then go to your heavy bolt rifle either on hip fire or on, on going on your L trigger and scoping in on them. So that is how you're going to want to run it. Start firing very, very quickly on enemies. Take advantage of your 40% damage as much as you can. And then as well, obviously, you want to hit as many headshots. And then when they do get close range, you can get headshots easier, which you're going to have 40% on that. And as well as you're going to work in your parry scans to really make this gun feel like unstoppable, even at close range. So that is definitely how you're going to want to run the weapon right here. And when we're looking at our plasma pistol, guys, this thing is it's very strong. You can drop groups of majors down very easily with it, and that's why I just love the weapon. So basically, 120 on the magazine, plus all of our ammunition perks that we have and whatever. So I think you start with like 200 and something ammo. I think it's 210, so you get 21 charge shots, which is very, very nice. And you can get, like I said, it's 3 charge shots basically to take down most majors. And if they're grouped up, you can get 3 charge shots to take down like 2 or 3 majors at a time. So you're talking a lot of majors you can go through just with this weapon, and it has a very nice time to kill because it charges up so quick. So, and it has a little bit of stun to it too, which is very, very strong in the game, or stagger, whatever you want to call it. That is very strong on weapons in the game. That's why the plasma pistols, or the plasma weapons, and the meltas are so strong, because they add that stagger. So very good, and I like to pair it with this weapon right here. And when we're looking at our melee weapons, I am running the knife or the chain sword in the fencing version most of the time. So basically with this build, I like the fencing version because I want to get my parry scan off as much as I can every time they're close. But if you are looking for extra melee damage instead, you will just switch over and go to the blocking version of the weapons. Both of them are very good, the blocking knife and the blocking chainsword. But when we're looking how we're speccing our chainsword out, this is the specs that I like to take when I'm running it in the fencing version on the tactical right here. And then when it comes to our knife, this is how I like to spec mine out on the tactical. You can, if you don't like both of these combos, you can drop a combo and go with the extremist or terminus damage instead right there. So both of them very strong. As I said before though, melee damage in general, if you want more of it, you're going to go to the blocking. If you want more survivability, you want more parry, if you want more scans, then you're going to kind of go with the fencing version instead. And as I said before, the fencing version is what I prefer personally on this build with the heavy bolt rifle.
Entering the refinement. You are making good time. You're going the battlefield. Galaxies of thought. I am airborne.